Hi everyone. It is that time of year. I thought I'd come in live to my page to talk about after eights. Not just after eights, but the time of year that it is where you find yourself in these patterns that just reemerge and what that really means. So this came up because we just had lunch. My son came in. He found the box of after eights. He brought them to the table. And even though I was like, we really shouldn't be doing this, we still all reached for them. And then more and more and more. And then the conversation turned to memories. And I told the story about, when I was 5 years old and my family would have these big family get-togethers with all of my aunts and uncles and cousins and second cousins. And it was these huge parties. And at 5 years old, I was bored out of my mind. So my favorite amusement was to sneak through the crowds and go to the table and get the after eights. And my kids proceeded to tell stories of Christmas at their grandparents, all about the after eights and how these were memories that, are little packets that you just eat, and they're memories. I'm not being a commercial here. I'm just using this as a little bit of a reminder of how neural pathways work. This time of year is always fascinating to me because we focus a lot on memory and we focus a lot on tradition and we focus about lots of different things that we do in order to spark memories that we've had and the feelings and frequencies and vibrations that we've had of comfort, of joy, of times that we knew before, times that felt safer, times that felt more secure, times that felt more joyful. And so therefore then we use different things to latch into that feeling. Often with my clients, what we'll do is we'll look at how they want to feel in the future and I help them find the different things that will spark that feeling for the future rather than things that pull in the past. Because as much as I get joy when the after eights get cracked open and I smell the wrappers and it takes me back to all those beautiful memories, I know that after I've had a few, I'm not going to feel so great. And that's true with our old patterns. Your brain tells you certain things all the time. It shames you for doing certain things or trying things. It gives you negative chatter for maybe trying something new. It convinces you that you actually don't know how to meditate or you actually don't have the strength of will to have a consistent pattern in something. It tells you to forget to actually journal practice or not have time to actually have new intentions. It tells you all these different things for the main reason that it makes it feel unsafe. And those old patterns come from your day-to-day experience where you're having all of these usual things. Just like the after eights remind you of old times, so too do your usual patterns remind you of how things are just regularly. And therefore all the same pathways and patterns that you walked, all the habits that you usually keep are really easy just to slip back into because it's what's safe, it's what's normal. So what I always work on with my clients is the feelings of what you want in the future. And what steps can you put, similar to after eights for Christmas or holiday time, what steps can you put in place that feel the way you want to feel in the future? What are the sparkles, the little indicators, the anchors in your day that remind you who you want to be, that remind you of the person of integrity and wholeness that you feel in little glimpses? So that's what I love to work on with my clients. And I'm kind of coming in here just to say that this is the time of year to do that. It's an amazing time to reflect on what patterns have you been holding, who have you been showing up as, and what do you want to change? Who do you want to lean into in the coming year? These are the things that I talk about in my workshop, The Fresh Start, and that is taking place online on December 30th. I'm also offering it in person in Glastonbury this year on January the 6th. So I'm going to post the link to that workshop down in the comments. And if you want a deep dive, not just one-on-one, but as a collective, then we take about 2.5 hours to review and reflect on what the year has been, to release what needs to be let go of, and then to align to what you really want. We'll put solid positions in place, solid anchors and sparkles that you really feel resonate with how you want to feel, rather than always the same habits, the same practices that lead you feeling like you've had way too many after eights. These are the little steps that we're going to be putting in place. And I'm going to tell you, I've offered this for 5 years. And every year, at some point in time, someone turns to me and says, my intentions, they're showing up so incredibly this year. I've never had a year that was so on point. And I've had that said to me so many times that every year I get really excited when this workshop comes up. So, it's time. It's time to lean in to what you want and how you want to feel, and what small steps you can do to feel the way you want to feel. Now, saying that, if a workshop and an online event isn't your kind of thing, then shoot me an email, because I do work with this one-on-one with all my clients, and I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions of what that looks like. We can have a quick 30-minute chat just to see where you're at, and I'll let you know how I work. So, PM me with any questions. The link to the workshop is going to be below, and I hope to see you there. And now I'm going to go hide away the after eights, because it's time for something new. All right, love and light. Bye now.